Good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope you're all well. I am Melissa Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with integrated energy therapy. I hope my voice is coming across okay. I've had a little bit of a weather change thing. So not really been sick, just really feeling under the weather with the weather change. So I hope this is finding all of you. If you're watching this on the replay, please hashtag replay, join your energy to the community. If you're watching this live, please, thank you. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, share. These portals, and that's really what I got to this morning. We can call it the eclipse season, but these eclipses in the next few weeks are opening portals. And I didn't look up the dates and I didn't look up what other people are saying about the eclipses. I really wanted to come on here and just kind of let spirit bring through what we needed. And so that's kind of what we're going to do this morning. So I've chosen the 3 cards out of the Angels and Auras Oracle by Radley Valentine and Dougal Fraser that are going to kick off these readings. And there's going to be 3. So choose the one that you're drawn to, not necessarily the one that you always go to, not your favorite number, but really the one that's kind of calling to you, like, hey, look at me, or you're hearing that number in your head, right? So good morning, everyone. This is rescheduled from last night. I'm so sorry for those of you who were planning on being with me Friday night, but we are here Saturday morning. And again, if you're watching on the replay, thank you for being here also. So that's kind of what we're going to do. I'm going to be using the Lunar Tarot by Jane Wallace, and then we're also going to be using the Mega Deck by Kyle Gray, his Divine Masters, and then his 22 Angels. So those are basically the decks we're going to use, and we're also going to be using this Buddha Wisdom, Divine Feminine, the Heart of Kuan Yin by Sofan Chan to kind of round out the readings. So that's kind of what the plan is for this morning. So good morning, everyone. Yeah, if you're new to me, definitely go to @guidance311 on YouTube for my YouTube channel with all the playlists. And then, of course, follow my page on Facebook, which is Melissa L. Watkins Guidance 311. And I'm just so glad you're all here. So, second cup of coffee with me this morning. And I do apologize for my voice. So I hope you can hear me all right. Well, welcome, Skylar. Welcome, Cynthia. Good morning. Hello. And good morning, Darlene. And good morning, Colleen. So so excited to be here with all of you. So there will be timestamps below for the 3 different readings. And yeah. So here it is. One, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Follow your heart. Let your heart lead the way. If you're finding yourself warring with yourself, which one? And I do kind of suggest that you just kind of pick one. I know for many of you, you're going to listen to all 3 of them, but take what resonates out of whatever reading you're drawn to, or if you do watch all 3 of them. Good morning, Joanne. So 1, 2, and 3. So as I was saying, what I was getting about these eclipses is they are portals. And so what I'm feeling is that there's going to be a lot of information and downloads, but also upgrades in your life. And when I was choosing the 3 cards for the pick a card. This card also fell out. So I'm going to actually start this pick a card reading with a message for everyone from the Angels and Auras by Radley Valentine and Dougal Fraser. So yes, please comment the number that you're drawn to, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Thank you for watching both. Thank you for those of you who are joining me live. That's awesome. I know it's early on a Saturday, and I know that in many different parts of the world, we're at different time zones. So thank you if you're seeing this in the afternoon or the late evening, the wee hours of the morn, right? But I'm going to start with a general message for everyone, and then we'll get into the 3 messages. See the humor, levity, perspective, wisdom, and playful. Whew, yeah, in these eclipses, levity. Don't take anything too seriously. Nothing set in stone ever. And I feel like a lot of the energy's coming at you in this eclipse season, the next few weeks. It's people that are being triggered, and they may not understand why they're being triggered. They don't understand the energies at play. They're just reacting. They're reacting to the uncomfortable feeling that they're having, because these portals are bringing in light codes for each and every one of us that are taking us to the next step on our journey, whatever that step is. So for some of you, you really are deciding to try out a new relationship, try out a new career, try out a new friendship, soul tribe, try out something that you've been wanting to try out for a long time. Some of you, you really are going to be leaning into starting that new job, starting that new company, starting that new creative endeavor, starting that new passion, right? And so it's going to be really, really important for you to keep everything in perspective, because energies are going to be coming at you. And those who are less aware of these energy shifts, then it's going to be really hard for people to put things into perspective the way that you can. Understand why they're feeling heavy or dense or angry or frustrated or jealous. And for some people around you, they are going to be not understanding why you're so balanced or why things are working out for you when they're not working out for them. So it's going to be so important for you. I hate to say it, but on one of the readings I did yesterday, the person at the end of the reading was like, oh, great. So I've got to be the bigger person again. Yet again, I got to be the bigger person. And I feel like that's what this eclipse season is going to kind of ask you to do. In whatever the situation is for yourself, whatever other people are going through, you are going to be the one to hold the light, to bring in the compassion, to allow the grace. And so, yes, people are going to trigger you, or they're going to be triggered and they're going to be word vomiting on you or emotional vomiting on you, or you're going to want to do those things, right? So I feel like this message starting out today is really helping us to be aware of that, so that we can keep everything in perspective, and that we can drop it down into our heart and come at each and every situation through our wisdom, the wisdom of our innate, the wisdom of our higher self, the wisdom of our experience, and be able to hold the light. That's what I'm hearing. Hold the light. Hold the light. Good morning, Rosalie. Good morning, Karen. Good morning. Good morning, Deb. All right, we're going to dive in, guys. One of the things when I sat down and meditated to start this reading, the Spirit was like, take your time. There's no urgency. There's no rush. So I feel like these messages are important. These portals, these downloads, these light codes. It's important that this eclipse season, and I'm getting really emotional. Wow. This eclipse season is going to change you. It's going to change each and every one of us in some way. Whew. So yeah, it's going to be overwhelming. And I feel like we have to keep things into perspective. I feel like we are going to have to keep things into perspective, and we are going to have to understand the levity and the brevity of what we're going through, what other people are going through, and stay in our integrity, stay with our wisdom. Wow. Okay. A little bit of emotion coming through, guys. Sorry. Ooh. So, card number 1, self-employment, commitment, resourceful, confident, rewarding. Yeah, for some of you, and I'm noticing in the comments right now, not nobody chose card number 1. So this is definitely going to be for someone on the replay or someone who just didn't comment, who's watching, that you are being asked to start your own business, become self-employed, or act as if you're self-employed, meaning that if you were working for someone else, to take on the role of responsibility or leadership, that it's time to make the commitment to whatever it is you're putting your time and your effort into, that it will be rewarding, but that, and I'm also feeling protection. I'm feeling for those of you who are self-employed that you are protected. These angel wings are making me feel like the angels are surrounding you, grounding you, and protecting you at this time. That whatever money isn't coming in, whatever resource isn't falling into place, whatever partnership didn't work out, it's okay. You're being guided and led to the next step on your journey, in whatever way that looks like for you. So to commit to yourself that you're okay and you're gonna keep moving forward, that you're going to stay in your path, that the light codes that you're being brought are going to bring you the resources and the people and the situations that you need. So I feel like anybody who's stepping into self-employment or is self-employed at this time, that you're leveling up, that after this eclipse season, things are going to look very, very different. Very, very different for your business, for your money, for your partnerships, for your resources. Yeah, and for those of you who chose card number 1 and you're not self-employed, don't plan on being self-employed, like I said, you're just taking a leadership role on, you're committing to your endeavor. You're committing to whatever it is that you believe in. November. I know they start the 17th this week, and I believe they end in November. So this is going to be a month and a half. So yeah, okay, let's dig into this. Card number 1. Let's dig into this. I want to prayers to you, Karen. Prayers to you. Please, let's all keep Karen in our prayers today as she says goodbye, as her cousin gains her wings. All right, card number 1. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, perseverance, card number 1. Perseverance. This was the theme of many of the quotes. So when I was teaching 8th grade English, there would be a quote on the board, and every day they had to get their journal. First 5 minutes of the class was to journal about a quote that was on the board. They had to explain what the quote meant to them and then give a real life experience. And halfway through year 1, I realized, like, all the quotes, if you really looked at them thematically, they all came back to perseverance, which is the ability to do something despite the odds, right? To keep going despite the hardships, the obstacles and challenges, just keep going, right? And I feel like card number 1, that's what you're being asked to do. As you stay committed and resourceful and confident, the rewards are going to come, right? It is going to be rewarding. But you have to keep going despite the challenges, the obstacles. And for some of you, these challenges and obstacles really are your own inner monologue, right? The inner voice in your head that says that you're not good enough, you don't deserve, you're not worthy. It's never you, victimization. It's always the other guy, jealousy, anger, frustration, whatever it is. It's like, shut that voice down. It's time. It's time to keep going. It's time to not give up because you're coming into this fresh start. You're coming into this ability to have unity. And so for some of you, this unity consciousness is with your higher self. For some of you, this unity consciousness is going to be with partners, collaborations. But it is unity consciousness is that I don't do this alone. I can keep going despite the obstacles and challenges because I don't do this alone. I'm partnered with my team of guides, angels, and ascended masters. I'm partnered with my higher self. I'm partnered with God. Whoever you believe in, call them in. So card number 1, this is not about giving up. This is about keep going despite the pain, the obstacles, the challenges, the naysayers, whatever's in your way. You are protected. So keep going. Keep staying committed to your vision, your passion, what it is you want for yourself, your family, your business, your life, your happiness. Keep going. So this eclipse season is going to be giving you the light codes, the downloads, opening the portals for you to keep going, keep stepping forward. They don't give us the next step with all of the answers. You have to take that leap of faith. You have to stay in the faith that everything is working out for your highest and greatest good when you can't exactly see the way forward, right? You don't know where the money's going to come from. You don't know where the partner's going to come from. You don't know where the inspiration's going to come from. You don't know, right? We're human. We don't have the roadmap. We don't have the shortcut, but your higher self does. And that's what I feel like card number 1, you're in this portal, you're being asked to commit to your vision, your goal, and the resources and the unity is it's coming. It's being given. It's being given. All right, let's get some more cards. Okay, as they literally start flipping out. Azrael, transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Yeah. Call on Archangel Azrael. You're coming into a time of transcendence, transcending the past, the limits, any limitations that were placed on you. Call in Archangel Azrael. You are overcoming that. You are transcending the obstacles, the challenges, the naysayers, the inner negative turmoil, dialogue, trauma that's been keeping you back. And that you got the divine director, trust the process, create space for divine order to unfold. Yeah, create the space. I actually went through, so for those of you who don't know, my office is been in my bedroom for most of this year. So it's gotten kind of crazy in here, real cluttered, real overwhelming. And I went through last week and I just refreshed the whole thing, organized, got rid of, cleaned, because I needed to create the space to keep coming, showing up for you, showing up for myself, showing up for my business, showing up for my inspiration. And I feel like card number 1, this divine director is coming in to say that, yes, you're not alone. You're overcoming the obstacles and challenges. You're transcending through the inspiration, the direction that you're being given from us. You're not alone in the process. But keep going. Keep going despite what feels like insurmountable odds. any obstacles and challenges that are showing up, because you have the wisdom innately with your higher self, but also what you've been through in the past. These obstacles and challenges that are showing up are not anything you haven't already overcome in some way in the past. And so what you're doing now is through the wisdom of what you've been through. That's why it's going to go better this time. That's why things are going to work out this time. That's why you're going to achieve your goals this time. You're going to be successful. Because that's what I'm getting with this. Rewarding. It's going to be rewarding. You're going to be successful. Keep going. Card number 1. All right. Let's get a final message. If with kindly generosity one merely has the wish to soothe the aching hearts of other beings, such merit has no bounds. Thank you for being here. All right. So we are on to card number 2. We're on to card number 2, which I think, as I'm looking at the comments, I think this was the most popular of the people watching live. So I'm interested to see where this is going. Not that I'm rooting for any message other, over another. Even when I do the weekend pick a card, every weekend there seems to be like one option that kind of gets more hits, right? Oh, Deb, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. All right. Number 2. Uriel, red, emotions, healing, devotion, integrated. Wow. Look at that. Archangel Uriel coming through. Let's see if I can get that so you guys can read the words. Emotions, healing, devotion, integrated. Card number 11. Wow, master number 11. Okay. What's fascinating to us is that Uriel works very well with both. Okay, so Uriel can assist in recovering from emotional trauma from the past or the present. The color red is defined as our emotions and emotional exchange with the world. For anyone who feels deeply, red allows us to manage our energy exchange with others. When present in the aura, this person is a healer of sorts. They lead with their heart and always want to connect through intimacy and sacred community. Yeah, it's time. It's time to heal. This portal is going to be opening up light codes of healing, of I'm almost feeling like rooting out just traumas and dramas you've been holding on to for a long time. This past month, I gained several new integrated energy therapy clients. And when I was reading this card, that's what I was feeling. I was feeling like it is time to integrate back in the support. It's time to integrate back in love. It's time to integrate back in the healing. Your spiritual connection, your sovereignty, your divinity in connection to being a part of Christ consciousness or God, however you want to look at it. That we are all aspects in our own right, and that it is now time to come into that connection, unlike ever before for some of us. And so this portal and these light codes that are coming in are going to help to elevate you. That emotionally you are shifting out of whatever lack consciousness, victimization, unworthiness, powerlessness that you've held on to up to this point. There's going to be a massive shift. And so it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be very tired. You're going to be out of sorts. You're not going to be able to deal with a lot of energy around you. This next month might find you needing to be alone, attending to your own energetic needs, your own spiritual needs, your own physical needs, your own emotional needs, your own mental needs. So you may feel like you need to kind of pull yourself away, set boundaries. I'm hearing that big time, setting boundaries with those who expect you to do. But this is the time to drop down into your heart. Call in Archangel Uriel. Because this emotional cleansing is what I'm hearing, is again raising your vibration, bringing you into the higher states of consciousness, higher states of awareness, higher states of emotional intelligence. So there may be situations now where you just can't be there anymore. So the disruption, and I'm feeling, is going to be with being or trying to be around people that they're holding on to their toxicity for whatever reason. And for many of them, it's fear. It's comfortable. It's what they know. But that toxicity is where they want to be. It's who they are at this point. And all you can do is keep doing you, healing your emotional journey, devoting to yourself, integrating in the new light codes, drinking the water, getting the rest, eating healthy, getting the exercise, setting the boundaries, loving yourself. And for some of you, this will be really, really uncomfortable. And I almost used a not nice word. That's how uncomfortable it might be. Because you are still residing in that people-pleasing energy of, I'm not safe and stable if I don't be there, do that, come through for. And so Archangel Uriel is coming in with a light code of red to say, it's almost making me feel like this red light code. It's like it's burning away what doesn't serve you. It's just burning away. It's almost like cauterizing a wound, right? And it might feel that painful because you really have to disconnect from someone or something or a situation because it's just too heavy. It's too hard. It's taking too much from you. It's taking too much from you. If you need help, go to my website, check out Integrated Energy Therapy, book your session. Let's get started. I'm just going to say that, leave that there. Okay. If you can't do it alone, if you don't want to do it alone, if you're afraid to do it alone. All right, more cards. Let's see what else. Let's see where they... Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to start an IET session during the eclipse season. Use these portals, these light codes, these downloads. Uriel isn't one of the 9 archangels that's part of Integrated Energy Therapy, but he has come into sessions often. Uriel is a partner to Metatron. So because I work with Metatron so closely, and I have channeled Uriel. Yeah. Oh, these flipped right out together. All right. If you don't want to do it alone, you don't have to. Yeah. The unconscious is being revealed. These portals are bringing you into where you've been unconscious. And, for some of you, you've been unconscious about certain situations or people because it was protecting you. You weren't ready to see the truth. You weren't ready for the truth to be revealed because you weren't strong enough. You didn't have the tools. You didn't have the knowledge or awareness. So I feel like a lot of the unconscious beliefs and patterns and structures that are basically coming down, that you're healing from, it's time. And that's what this eclipse season is bringing you. It's time. It's time for the changes to be made. It's time for your awareness to shift into higher states of consciousness. And so the unconsciousness was keeping you in your family of origin. It was keeping you in the job that gave you the foundation. It was keeping you where you needed to be at that time. And for those of you who saw the 6-minute video that I uploaded to TikTok on you are where you need to be. You are where you're right where you need to be. And that's what I'm picking up. Like that is part of this. The unconsciousness that you were and the consciousness you're coming into, the shifts that you're being made, it's because it's time. And so not to beat yourself up for where you were, what you allowed, what decisions you made at the time that you made them. It's like forgive yourself, forgive the people, forgive the situations because you weren't aware. You weren't ready to be aware. Yeah. Now you are. Look at that. You're coming from unconscious to conscious, and the consciousness is bringing you the success. You're shifting out of the darkness into the light. You're raising your awareness. You're raising your vibration. So where you've been unsuccessful in the past, because you were dealing out of jealousy, you were dealing out of anger, you were dealing out of resentment, you were trying to work out of victimization, you were trying to work out of unworthiness, you couldn't be successful. It couldn't work. Whatever it was, the situation, the money, the relationship, the marriage, the situation, whatever it was. Yeah. Yeah. It's now bringing you into new choices, the ability to have new choices, making your choices from this new light, new consciousness. So the new choices, having the courage to make them is going to be part of it. That's why the healing is so important, because you have to heal out of the unconscious patterns to be able to get into the conscious patterns, to be able to get into the awareness of the inspiration, the connection, the situation, the divinity, the sovereignty that you now hold or have held, but now are aware of. That sovereignty of self and connection to Christ consciousness and your higher self and God in whatever form that looks like for you, your higher power. So you're going to be given new choices to make, and they're going to lead you to the success that has felt just beyond your grasp, just out of your reach. Whew. All right, let's get more support. Raziel, the inner workings. There's hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Yeah, that's what's being brought up. Call on Archangel Raziel to help you. What are the inner workings? What are the deeper truths? What is the lie I've been telling myself? What is the trauma I've been holding on to? Our outer can't shift until we shift the inner. What are the stories I tell myself? What is the lack I believe in? What is the fear that I'm running my programming? Those are the hidden truths. Well, no, those aren't the hidden truths. Those are the hidden factors. The hidden truths are below them. That's why we got to dig deeper. They're on the other. They're underneath. They're underneath. They're underneath the fear. They're underneath the unworthiness. They're underneath the powerlessness. They're underneath the victimization. They're underneath the jealousy and the rage and the resentment and whatever it is you're holding on to. You got to dig deeper. Call in Archangel Raziel to help you do that. And you got Sopdet, cosmic power, unlimited potential, sacred mission, initiation. If you drew card number 2, you are being initiated by the divine to step into your purpose because it is time. What is that purpose going to look like? For each and every one of you, it will be very different. But I feel like in a month and a half, it's going to be very clear. Because the portal that you're being given, the opening, the activation that you're being given is your stellar gateway chakra. So for those of you who have wanted to be connected to your higher self, to your team of guides, angels, ascended masters, your galactic family, whatever it is, that stellar gateway is being activated. Your sacred mission is coming online. So anything in your human field that's holding you back is going to be brought to the surface to be purged. So that's why you're so exhausted. Deeply rooted fear, however that is showing up in your life. Is that showing up in, again, each and every one of you is going to be different. It's showing up differently. But it's showing up to be revealed. So if you find yourself being triggered, if you find yourself saying unconscious things, look at that. That spirit, bringing it out of you so you can be aware of it. Once you're aware of it, you can transform it. You can release it. You can let it go. because it's time to get into compassion and gratitude and love. And basically residing in those energies. Like everything you see and you do and you speak comes out of that energy. And if it doesn't feel comfortable. I was actually riding yesterday in a car with someone who wanted to keep kind of expounding on somebody else's bad behavior. And after the first 2 sentences, I was kind of like, I'm out of this conversation. Like, yeah, we know they have bad behavior. We're not going to change the bad behavior. I kind of don't need to talk about it anymore. It's like hurting my, it's hurting my being to be in that energy of that toxic, because that other person that we were talking about is toxic. They're small-minded. They have addiction problems. I don't need to talk about it. We know who they are. And this is what you're being initiated into. You can't reside there anymore because that's not who you are anymore. Call on Raziel and Saptet. All right. Last message. No, Delia, we couldn't. And for many people, they're just getting there. They're just understanding that. I mean, I just started understanding that with every fiber of my being in the last, decade? I'm in my 5th decade. So the first 4 were really tough because I didn't believe that or know that or understand that. She said we wouldn't do any of this without our creator, angels, and guides. All right, card number 2. Seeing divinity in everyone and everything. You are nurturing your Buddha nature within. Wow. That doesn't hammer the message. That's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, it's time. It's time. No, I'm being guided to the bottom. Act according to the true nature of the circumstances. Remove any self-importance agenda. Yeah. Remove any self-importance agenda. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. All right. For those of you who were not here at the very beginning of this video, when I sat down, Spirit basically said, take your time. Don't rush. And now I know why. Because these messages are a lot. They're important. I'm humbled to be delivering them. And I thank you. Yeah, Cynthia. She said, by discussing others' bad behavior and how it affects us is choosing to stay in lower vibration. I only recently realized this. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird because, we were talking and like she started to kind of repeat. And I was like, I don't need to talk about this anymore. Like it is what it is. That's not going to change. That person's not going to change. All I can do is change my response. And my response is, you don't get my attention. You don't get my energy. I'm out. All right. Card number 3. Card number 3. Card number 3. Oh, I love this. Open your heart to love. Vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, community. Wow. This portal is bringing you the key to unlock the door to forgiveness, to vulnerability, to allowing, and to community. So for some of you, you are coming into connection with your soul tribe, your soulmate, your most compatible soulmate. So for some of you, this really is about you receiving love in your life. love in your life that's been coming through the divine as you've been partnering with your higher self and really entering into that vibration of universal love, love of the universe, from the universe. It's now drawing to you and helping you to manifest the right love in the physical. And so there's going to be those of you who really do step into new love, most compatible soulmate, soul group, soul tribe, soul family, stepping out of family of origin that doesn't understand you, doesn't love you unconditionally, doesn't know how to, right? I never want to demonize anyone who can't be there for you because there's something obviously holding them back. There's something within themselves they would need to heal. And to be honest with you guys, for some of you, because you will step into a new soul group, a new relationship, for those that are kind of left behind you or still where they are as you move forward, some of them will really see this model and want to get back into your energy, want to be a part of your life, and they'll make necessary changes. And I'm not saying that your ex is going to do some flipping of his script and be the person you know, whatever. I'm not saying that. Not saying hold on to a bad situation because they can change because you're changing. But what I'm seeing is for some of you, you are going to see some people re-entering your life after this eclipse season because they've also had an epiphany. They've also been brought light codes. They've also recognized that love is important, is worth it, it's the frequency of the universe. It's where we're supposed to be at all times. So forgiveness is not letting anybody off the hook. But forgiveness is letting it go. Letting it go for yourself. Understanding that everybody was doing the best they could at that time, right? Whatever that time was. And being vulnerable, opening yourself up, letting love in. For some of you, this will be reconnecting with family members who they've been going through their own journey. They've been doing their own stuff. And it's okay to reconnect with them because they're a higher version of themselves. They're not going to hurt you, use you, disrespect you in the way that they did. So love is coming through these portals in this eclipse season. Universal love, the love of the universe, the universal frequency of love that is all around us, that we just have to let in. Because it's that higher frequency that's going to root out all the evilness. And I truly believe it's being revealed in our own lives, in the collective. People who, for whatever reason, have signed up with that other energy that is not love. All right. As I was shuffling the cards, they flipped out. So they've been sitting here on my desk before I even looked at the main message for pile number 3. So what did Spirit want to bring through? Yeah. The opposite of love. There it is. Breaking the chains of addiction, breaking the chains of toxic behavior, breaking the chains of jealousy and rage and lack and victimization. That's what these portals are doing. Check pile number 3. Because the energy of love from the universe, from God, source, you can't stay in any devil energy. You can't stay in any addiction and temptation and jealousy and victimization and all those lower frequencies, greed, lust, real lower vibrations. It's funny, I use the word evil and then we get the devil. I knew those cards on the desk were for us because I was at one point I was like, oh, I'll just put them back in and reshuffle, and I'm written, nope, these were our cards. And look at that. The light codes that are coming in, pile number 3 for you. If you chose this, it's because it's letting love in your life in such a way that you've never experienced before, and it's going to root out anything that you've been struggling with that's been tempting you to be less than love, less than compassion, less than integrity, less than gratitude. I'm getting emotional again, guys. Oof. Yep. It's time to let go of the controversy, the fighting. It's time to forgive. It's time to forgive. It's time to be vulnerable, and you can't do that if you've always got your sword up, if you're waiting for the fight, you're waiting for the barb, you're waiting for the criticism, you're waiting for the judgment, you're always on guard for whatever. No. This energy, these portals, these light codes coming through are going to ask you to put all that down. And by golly, that's going to be scary. By golly, that's not going to feel good. But I don't feel like these portals and these light codes are going to let you do anything else. So something's going to smack you in the face that you have to let go of. It's time to let it go because it's time to let love reign. I keep wanting to put this card up because I don't want to look at those other cards. I don't want to look at the devil. I want to look at the love. So whatever the addiction is, whatever the temptation is, whatever the lust is, the greed is, whatever the toxic energy is that you have been leaning into far too much, it's going to be time to root it out. Yep. Because you are now being brought the knowledge that's going to allow you to let your heart open to love. The high priestess is coming in with protection so that you can be vulnerable, drawing the right people in, the right situations in that will honor that vulnerability. They won't use it against you. They won't hurt you on purpose. They're going to love you back. So I feel like you're being brought to people in situations that's going to be balanced. People who are meeting you where you are at your new level, at your new frequency. Because it's time to let go of the toxicity. The fear mongering. That's what these light codes are rooting out, the fear mongering, where you've always gone for the fear. You've always let the fear be the ruler. It's now time to let the love be the ruler. Pile number 3. It's time to let love in. You're welcome, Lacey. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's get more cards. Welcome, Dr. Priya. Okay, it's so interesting. So this is the 3rd reading, and each of the readings have gotten 2 of the mega deck cards. And I wasn't pulling any particular number of them. I was letting spirit bring us what we needed. It's so interesting. Isis, reclaiming magic, call back your power and what is rightfully yours. Yeah, because the devil energy, the the toxicity, the addiction, the whatever, right? Like it kept you in a very lower frequency. And you can't manifest, you can't claim your magic when you're in that lower frequency of doom and gloom and negative choices and toxic behavior and whatever however this is resonating for you, right? So Isis is coming in to say that it's time to reclaim your magic because you're now calling back the power, what is rightfully yours, from the devil energy, right? You're now calling back the love, you're calling back with the frequency of gratitude and integrity and compassion and mercy, and so now Isis is helping you to do that. Look at that. Yeah, Isis is helping you to do that. So the portals that this eclipse season is opening up, beautiful portals that are bringing through beautiful light codes. And for some of you, it is this beautiful white light that's coming through to cleanse out those lower frequencies. To cleanse out those lower frequencies. And the Joan of Arc, look at this, sacred activist, do not be afraid, stand up for your beliefs. Yeah, because when you're making these big monumental changes and you're getting out of, I mean, I could say it as simply as negative to positive, but it's more than that, right? The depths of toxicity and evilness and really hurting yourself and hurting other people and keeping yourself in bad situations because you feel like you deserve it, because you're unworthy, because you've been traumatized, whatever it is, right? When you start pulling yourself out of that, there's going to be people going, where are you going? You don't deserve better. You don't deserve to have. You're not good enough. You're a child of God. You are good enough to be cleansed, to be baptized into the frequency of source love. So you might have to fight your way out of that, right? You might have to really put up your swords to say, I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of letting go of the toxicity. I'm not afraid of letting go of evil. I'm not afraid of telling the devil where to go and how to get there. I'm going to love. I'm going to love. I'm going to love. I'm going to God. I'm going to source. I'm going to me. I'm going to the divinity that is within me, that is connected to that. I'm taking back my power. I'm reclaiming myself. I am love. I'm letting love in. I'm letting go of the hate. I'm letting go of the jealousy. I'm letting go of the fear. I'm going to embrace the vulnerability that scares the hell out of me, that terrifies me to no end, because I don't like feeling not solid. If nothing else, fear can make you feel very solid or grounded, or it's just what we know. It's that programming that's in our reptilian brain. So it feels familiar. Love is the programming we now have to get into. That everything is going to work out for our highest and greatest good because love is the end all be all, not the fear. So whatever was keeping me in the fear, whatever the toxic behavior was, the addiction was, the jealousy was, the rage was, the victimization was, whatever it is that I'm being pulled out of in this eclipse season that feels so daunting, it's because it's time. It's time for me to reclaim my magic. It's time for me to reclaim my magic. Because I am magic. I am part of source. I am an aspect of source. And I am sovereign. So card number 3. It's beautiful. Take what resonates. Take what resonates. All right. Final message. Learn and not doubt so you can understand the peaceful calm of enlightenment. Doubt is fear energy. Let it go. Call on our Joan of Arc and Isis if you need help battling your demons. Because it's time to embrace love and vulnerability and forgiveness. And that helps when you have faith and trust in God, in your guardian angel, in your angels, in your higher self, which is the connection to your divinity, your connection to source. Open your heart to love. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. If you need help transforming, letting go, stepping into, please join me on an integrated energy therapy journey where you can step into your divinity, let go of your traumas and dramas, the old programming, so that you can embody the authenticity and the purpose and soul mission that you came here to be and have. Links are in the description box, guys, if you want to work with me, whether you want a reading or you need some energy healing. Have a beautiful, beautiful eclipse season. I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings. Thank you.